Alright guys, welcome back. Now I said I'd kind of do this video if a couple of people were stuck with killing the bear. Well, you'll definitely know who he is by the time you get to this scene. Now this scene is the bit which will trigger your first fight. Yes, first fight. There are two. He bursts through the wall at this point, so I'm just going to talk through a few tips of very important ways to try to defeat him. Now, if you've got some Molotov cocktails, these are your best friend. The game gives you enough tips for this, guys. As you're about to approach this area, there's a couple of Molotovs on the bench outside, on a barrel outside, I think. And the game sort of kind of loads you up with them as you're getting towards it. But and it gives you enough tips that it's going to defeat him. If you've read some of the books, then throw the Molotovs at him. You'll see what happens. Look, he gets really confused. He's rolling around on the floor, writhing in agony. Of course he is, yes. Well, I don't know if you've ever been set on fire, but it hurts. You're going to need to do that just to kind of distract him. It's not essential, of course. What you've got to do at this particular fight, the first fight, is just do enough damage to him. Okay, so you can use whatever weapons you've got. I was using the shotgun. I was playing this particular part on the normal difficulty setting. I'll come back to hardcore in a minute. But at the normal level, you just kind of got to dodge out of the way when he charges or lunges at you. He's not that aggressive in the first fight. Second one, he is a bit more so. You'll keep doing damage to him, and then he'll come to this point where actually throwing a Molotov at him didn't do any damage. He raises himself up in the air and then buggers off. That's it. He's scarpered. He's legged it. He's a braver bear than most. But that's it. You won't see him again for a while. So cut the rope there. And incidentally, if you find in that particular fight a bit difficult, you can actually run around the bear and cut the rope, climb the ladder to get through that scene until you come to the second part, right? And that is this. Now I decided I actually beat him on a normal level, but I wanted to record this on hardcore. I'm not Ranger hardcore because I haven't completed the game yet, but I can at least show you what it is like on hardcore. Now the best thing I could recommend you do is take as many shots as you can from a distance. At the very first part of the scene here, I'm using a sniper rifle, so yeah, go on, take a few shots. He'll charge towards you and then stop at the edge of the cliff. Throw another Molotov at him. You will have a couple on you by this point. Now try to conserve those in the part leading up to this. You'll know it's coming. Trust me, you'll know. But then take a couple of shots at him. These wooden shacks, these buildings that are around the area, are going to be very useful to you in this particular section, because you can kind of use them as cover. He loses sight of you a bit. One of the main reasons why you want to throw Molotovs at him is actually because he goes a little bit fire blind. When he's been hit by one, he can't actually see where he's running. He can't see you terribly well, and sometimes you'll notice he runs right past you. Make sure you keep moving. He will charge at you, and in fact some of his charges are curved, so he will lunge at you. He's not like one of those bosses that only sees you in one spot and lunges at you in a straight line. No, he will track you. So keep moving, run from corner to corner using those buildings as shelter until he's destroyed them all, but you can still keep doing it. Now make sure you've got a few health packs on you if you can, and when you do take some damage from him, shoot one up, because in the hardcore mode, of course, it's a couple of shots. I think in Ranger hardcore, one, so you've really got to be careful. You'll hone your technique, maybe playing it through the first time round, but eventually when you have done enough damage to him, he will trigger this cutscene. Now I did see one video which is incorrect, which said that you had to lure him to the side of this cliff here and he'll fall off. No, you actually have to do the damage for that to happen, by the way. Okay, so what I was really curious of, having defeated him the first time, I wanted to see if I could do it without any Molotovs, without any fire, because that really does confuse him and it gives you the edge, I think, in the fight. So I thought, right, I'm going to try and do the whole thing with the crossbow. So you can stick around and watch that, but I've given you hopefully enough tips and techniques to show you how to beat it yourself. But this was for fun, so hopefully shows you a couple of things extra that you can do. Listen, you're going to have to try and aim at the head. That's a given. Headshots probably do more damage. That's not scientific, it's just logical. Again, I'm using these buildings just as a sort of a distraction or a buffer between me and him. But the main point here is keep running. Just keep running. You don't have the molotov, the fire, to actually kind of get him to not see you. He will charge at you every time if you're not going to use any of those, but use whatever weapon you have. I'm beginning to run out of ammo for the crossbow at this point, even though I think I had it maxed out when I started the fight. And as you can see, every single bolt is stuck into him and is lit up. It almost looks like he's doing some kind of capture animation for a video game himself, doesn't it? But I will eventually run out of this ammo. As you can see from the fight, I've got to just keep on running to avoid that charge, because he will come straight at you. If you like, and what's pretty good technique is wait till he's very close. I mean, you are kind of playing a game of chicken with him, so you can sort of wait until he's relatively close and then try and sprint, but you do have to make your move very quickly. And he is an awful lot harder to see when he's not on fire. Eventually, of course, though, even if you've got the crossbow maxed out, I think you won't have enough bolts to kill him just with that one weapon. So I do actually have to switch inevitably to another weapon. Now I chose the shotgun. I've got the double barreled extension on it. I'm not really good at remembering the names of the weapons. I think it's the air shot, and I will show you now how many extra shots it's going to take with the shotgun. I think it's more than 10, maybe even 12, just to finish this guy off. But again, look, if you're after the quickest way to kill this guy, this huge bear of a bear, you're going to need to use the molotov cocktails. The shotgun, after I remembered I could fire it twice in quick succession, will do a lot of good damage, and you can keep fairly close quarters with him. If you want to dance around in the center of the area, he'll still charge, but you can kind of side swipe, and eventually, again, you will do enough damage to trigger this cutscene. So guys, if that was helpful, please leave a like. This was just how I did it. I'm sure there is a million ways to do it, and you're probably thinking, well, why did you try this? You should have tried that. But that's fine. Just stick those comments down in the comment section below, and we'd like to hear it. I mean, there's lots of people who may be coming to this video who are struggling with this. I do know some people in the tips video I did have said they struggled with this section, so this is here to help everybody. If you know of a better, different, whatever way, stick the comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. All the very best, guys. Thank you once again, and good night.